Agarita berries? Very nice.
The N-word, yeah. I have you recording aquí the N-word.
I know, isn't that sweet? Agarita. It's a
Awesome, well, thank
plant
you.
that you can eat very well.
Trying to catch me on a hot mic.
Hey, long
Hi,
time.
how are you? Is there a reason why you have so close?
Is that on?
Hear you? Oh.
Didn't mean to knock everybody out of the room.
Push it away from me. Were you getting complaints about not being able to hear us?
Maybe they're cutting or something.
We got about 2 1/10.
So the river really didn't.
So did the river do? We need like a good 6 inches or,
No, we need just two every week. 2 every week and be fine.
Seen them all my life. Never he could eat them.
the wells were going dry.
Yeah.
And Concan did. They wouldn't let people come on.
We had a short meeting.
I heard people were having to haul, for people, all those swimming pools, they were having to haul water in.
Yeah. Even the farm.
Like, keep my fingers crossed, I don't wanna go dry.
Tenían dental appointments all afternoon.
Are the wells real
Me
full?
sentía al lado.
Down there, are they pretty deep?
Well, mine is, that I still, I'm gonna live there, help drill till the cemetery.
How deep is that?
600 feet. Now mine's
The
only
two from the,
50,
didn't sign up.
but I'm close.
One of them name's Gonzalez. What was his first name? It was the girl. April Page. I got about another minute. What do you got? Who's the policeman? Is he SWTJC? I'm about to decide our SWTX has to be this. It's now 6 o'clock. I think I'll call the meeting to order. First order of business is to recognize our guests. First off, we have Luis Gonzalez and April Page from the EMT program, Wade Carpenter, Ismael Martinez, Javier Rangel, Derek Sandoval, Connie Buchanan, Lisa Ermis, Mark Underwood, Randy Shell, Margot Mata, Robert Moss. Anybody else forgot? Gilbert Bermea. Welcome. Appreciate y'all being here today. Do we have an audience of patients today?
No, sir.
No audience to patrons. I guess the next order of business is to present service pins.
Yes, sir.
Who gets a pin?
So, the first service pin goes to our esteemed board president, Dr. Harry O. Watkins, 25 years of service. He gets his ruby pin and the Rolex watch.
A Rolex watch? My stars. We've really gotten.
We'll take a picture.
Huh?
Photo op.
Oh my goodness.
They put in the ground.
The 25 of them.
Thank you.
You too.
You get to present it.
Thank you. There are two other service awards tonight. Another board member, Dr. Rivera. And you get a Rolex watch too. Again. Thank you. Thank you for all those years of service and all the meetings you've accompanied.
You're
And,
wired, so you can stay up.
and our esteemed director, Dr. Hector Gonzalez, has been here 25 years also. We came at about the same time.
Now, he really did get a Rolex watch.
Thank you
You
so
bought it
much
for
for all your
himself?
service.
We don't know what's inside.
It's a Rolex.
Rolex.
Oh, that's funny.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Isn't that wonderful?
Congratulations.
Do we have any consent agenda to change the minutes of the April meeting? Any corrections or additions to the meeting?
I just have a quick question on the financial statement. No CDs matured?
No, sir.
That is interesting, so. And on the scholarships, there's, under the less than 10,000, there's two of them that are over 10,000. So,
I will correct those next month. Thank you.
That's a result of the higher interest rates that we're getting on the CDs,
Yes.
so they're growing.
They see, yeah,
They grow
that's
fast.
not buying me.
Any other corrections to the financial statement? Then should we consent to approve those two items? I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda item 5.
Second.
Second. All in favor? Passes unanimously. We have a report now from the EMT technicians about their program. Thank you for coming.
Good evening. Thank you for attending, and thank you for having us. So we're here to present our program. A lot of people, we've heard from the community, we didn't know the EMT program or the EMS program is being offered at our local college. So we're really trying to get out there and, do a lot of recruiting and, make ourselves seen. So this is Luis Gonzalez. He's our program director.
Good afternoon. Once again, thank you for inviting us tonight. We're going to do a quick presentation as far as what is the program about and what is it entails to become an EMT or paramedic and have a better idea on that. And what's from here.
I'm April Page. I'm the instructor for the paramedic program, and I'm also the coordinator for our program. And Mr. Efrain Navarez, who was not able to be here, is our EMT instructor here at the Uvalde campus. So if you'll take a look at our smart screen over there, we have not working. There we go. Okay, so our EMS program offers two different pathways for our EMS licenses. Our first level is EMT, which is our beginning level of emergency medical technicians. And the second level actually has two different pathways. Our EMT paramedic program offers not only a certificate 1, or we also have a certificate 2, which if our students have the prerequisites needed for this program, they will be able to graduate with an associate's degree. Again, a lot of students will come in and, not have these prerequisites, but they're still going to graduate with a level 1 certificate, and they will still be able to test for their paramedic licensure. So we have 3 different levels of EMTs. One which really isn't, offered because it kind of coincides with our paramedic level, and that would be our advanced EMT level. We did offer it at one point until we were able to get partial accreditation for our paramedic program. We're under, at the moment, a partial accreditation. We're under a letter of review.
Letter of review, what it is through the KHIP and the COIN, which is the accreditation committee for our programs in the United States. At this point, we pretty much what we call the letter of review, basically the tryout basis. We need to also present to them, make sure that we are able to promote and carry out the program and through the requirements. So after this cohort, it's a matter of just submitting additional paperwork, and then from that point forward, we'll see accreditation and be able to expand to the different communities or even to the local high schools. For now, the program is based on a legal pass, where the program was actually first, initiated, that's where we submit the application. But once that program's already accredited, we can have satellites for here in Uvalde and everyone want to see the need of a program.
Right. So the EMT program is 1 semester, 16 weeks, and our paramedic program is a 3-semester long course. So we are at the very end of our first paramedic program ever for Southwest Texas Junior College, and it looks very promising. We have outstanding students who have performed amazing these last 3 semesters.
How many students do you all have?
Right now, we have 7. 7 for the paramedic and 2 that completed the EMT this last semester. And also, I'd like to mention, we also have the middle high school part of the program for their EMT program. So in all, as a program for the school, we have 13, 7 is 20 EMTs, and then 7 for the paramedic.
So the difference between paramedic, EMT and paramedic are the skills that each level is able to provide to the patient. So as an EMT, they're able to provide basic life support, which is cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which is CPR, basic bandaging, splinting, although they're advancing quite quickly with the type of skills that they're able to perform. They have to complete about 170 hours in the program. Our paramedic program, paramedics are more advanced in the sense that they're able to offer advanced cardio life support. There's the different types of airways that we're able to use, IVs, the different cardiac drugs, and they're able to recognize different cardiac rhythms that they're able to treat and reverse in the field using medications. The amount of hours that are required for a paramedic student are anywhere from 1,200 to 1,800 hours to complete that program. Do you have any questions so far on that?
So how many semesters are you talking about when
So,
you're talking hours? like
3
that?
semesters
Oh, okay.
for the paramedic program.
Okay.
And of course, every college is different, but to be able to host a paramedic program, they have to be a level of higher education. So typically before we were able to have these kinds of classes out of an EMS station or fire departments would offer them. But because now we are moving towards, we are moving up in the healthcare field, we are now only able to have a paramedic program run through a institution.
What prerequisites are required?
For the EMT basic, the prerequisite that is required by the state of Texas because at the EMT level, we only have to meet the requirements for DSHS, the Department of State Health Services. We have to be high school graduate, and have a driver's license, have a clear criminal background, and pretty much have all the immunizations. So that is, as for say, there's not an actual prerequisite for educational, which is your basic completion from high school. But once you start joining the paramedic for the advanced level program, one of the requirements will be first be an EMT basic before you even step into the paramedic path. And then our school, we can always add the prerequisite will be in this, so they can either have AP1, AP2 if they want to do the level 2, right? And also a math and a science. But that's only the one the level 2. The level 1, you just need the minimum, which is the state of Texas required, which is a basic EMT license.
At the moment, we have 15 dual credit students, and we have 14 traditional Southwest Texas Junior College students. Our EMT program here at this campus has, at the end of 2023, we have had 7 students go through our program. And of course, our 7 paramedic students have remained with us for 3 semesters. We have as he mentioned before, we have our current locations of Del Rio High School, our campus here in Uvalde, and our campus in Eagle Pass. For the next cohort, we've already seen a great success in our enrollment. The word's getting out, and people are really coming out of the woodwork wanting this paramedic program, which we have been waiting for. So right at the moment, we have 14 enrolled paramedic students. Out of those 14, 11 are sponsored by Eagle Pass Fire Department, which 5 of the total enrolled students, 5 are returning Southwest Texas Junior College students that have been through our EMT program. So that in itself is a success. We want them to continue on and run through our program to go from one level to the next higher. Our goal, we cap out on our seating at 15, and that's just a state requirement. We are only allowed to have 15 students per instructor. So right now, the EMT program has 8. Our goal is 15. Right now, 6 are from the Eagle Pass area. We have 1 student enrolled from Uvalde and 1 student enrolled from Hondo. So she will be commuting to our campus for the EMT program. We're looking to grow, so hopefully in the future with more enrollment, the more we get out there, we'll be able to expand. For the year of 2020 to 2021, we did have a 60% pass rate. This year, in the fall, we had 3 of our 5 EMTs, our EMT students test and pass their national registry exam on their first try. And the 2 that we have for the spring semester are currently awaiting testing. So they're just finishing up, I believe, their clinical hours, and then they'll be allowed to test once they get their course completion.
So if you look at, those numbers not great, right? 60% passing rate. Again, right now it's just the first attempt. Usually the student gets 3 attempts for the national registry. So it's common that a student the first time around, they might fail the first time. Now our goal is to get them passing the first time. That's our goal. But again, it just plays a lot in effect. It's not only the test, but it's actually the students. Sometimes out of the 60% you see, some of them, they don't go test maybe a year and a half after completion of the program. Because the state allows them 2 years of the course completion to go take the test. So some of them, they go back, return to the workforce, they forget about the EMT. Oh, I forgot I have to go test. Let me go test 6 months later. By that time, it's already, the information that I learned is already gone. So that's the problem that even though we follow up with them, they always have something better to do than just go take the test. Yeah. And that's the problem that we're facing. And not only here, local, but throughout everybody else, the campuses where students, they're not testing as within 6 weeks, within 2 weeks of the course completion. So that's why that kind of, those numbers are kind of ugly, I guess you could say that.
We do like to follow up with our students, and we like to encourage them to get in there and test, you know, and so, because we're a small community, it's really easy for us to reach out to our students, and they often like to come back and let us know the progress that they've been making as well. We have had several students who have been through our EMT program who were successful in their licensure and then went on further to continue their education with our nursing program. That's what we have for you tonight. Do y'all have any questions?
Do a lot of your students go on to get a nursing degree of some kind?
A lot of our students that come through us have that future goal of returning to proceed with a nursing pathway, and it's fully encouraged, you know.
We see that more with high school students. They use the EMT as a stepstone, and I want to say about 80% of students that complete the program in the high school, they end up moving up to bigger, better things. I had an experience with someone becoming PAs. Actually, I had already a gentleman. He became a doctor, and he was an EMT during the high school. So on that level, as far as in the high school, we see that more than the advancement. Here at school, at the college level, since we're dealing with more adults, there are people that just want to get a better career, a better job. And if you're in the younger ones, they do pursue the RN or the LVN program. But you will see that more in the high school level where they want to jump up, bigger, better things.
What kind of salary is a paramedic making today?
It's an average, like in the national average, you're looking around between $23 and $25 an hour. It depends on the location in the area, and also depends on either they're working what we call a private ambulance, or a community ambulance slash fire-based ambulance. So it all depends where it's under job opening position.
So with an EMT or paramedic license, it opens up the opportunity for our medical community medics to proceed beyond ambulance companies. There are jobs for them at theme parks, cruise lines, hospitals, emergency rooms. So even oil rigs are taking up EMTs and paramedics to work for them. Not everybody who becomes an EMT goes to work on an ambulance, but there's a lot of opportunities out there for them. So, and depending on where they go is going to really
now we
depend
see
on
them, a lot of them they will go work for those border patrol camps. They hire EMTs as their first aid station, and actually at that point their salaries are based as the government federal position. So they end up making more than the traditional ambulance company or fire department. So that's what we see also more. Even some of the guys that we work, they actually move out from the working and go working to those camps. So it opens the doors for those people pretty much almost in any medical setting.
And as far as medication administration, like in an emergency, they have to get in contact with the ER doctor and go back and forth, or they can do it on their own based on protocols?
It all depends on the company they're working with. Some do they have standing orders. Some do have to have med control, which they actually be in contact with their medical director or the director or the person is going to be accepting the hospital the patient. But in general, everybody has standing orders, the protocol. They just cardiac arrest. We'll just follow our standing orders and we'll take it from there.
And we usually follow the AHA guidelines for cardiac arrest and cardiac treatment. So we will follow the orders of our medical director.
Did I misunderstand that they can't enter this program until they've got a high school degree, diploma?
Yes, we are offering it in high schools, and so we do have a dual credit program at our Del Rio High School. We did have one in Dilley that ran for 2 consecutive years. We're hoping to expand to other campuses soon. I know we've talked to a community we're hoping will, want to put our program into their high school. So we're looking to expand further. But again, a lot of people just really don't understand EMS and what opportunities there are for EMTs and paramedics out there.
Right now, the only site that you have the program is here in Uvalde.
Uvalde and Eagle Pass.
Or they have one in Eagle Pass?
Correct. So we've had, as a program, we've had our local EMS companies and helicopter companies donate some fantastic items to us. You know, one is, which is our big ticket item, is an ambulance. We had an ambulance donated to us, I believe by our second year of being here, and that was donated by the owners of Alamo Ambulance Company. And you know, training supplies, they've been very generous with as well. You know, disposable items that, you know, they no longer use, they've donated for our training. So they've been very generous and they've been very accepting of our program in our area.
And now that we have opened the paramedic program, we also expanded our training facilities, our agreement with the affiliations. We used to just send them to the hospital, either here or at the Fort Duncan. But now so the paramedic student needs additional exposure. So I already have affiliated with the mental health, the Camino Real Mental Health. We're going to be doing hours there. They already we have affiliations with the Marriott Nursing Home in Eagle Pass, so they can go in there and treat the elderly and learn how to deal with the elder. We also have a pediatric clinic in Eagle Pass, the Shalom Clinic, where they have to go out there and do the assessment and treatment or whatever they need to do for a child, because they need exposure, so many numbers. And also we have agreement with the Fresenius Dialysis Center, again, so they get to learn how to deal with a person with a shunt in the event of an emergency. They're bleeding out. In the event we've got to get a line, there's no way to get an IV line, how to access that shunt. So we're expanding our affiliates to the program to kind of run their knowledge. So again, that's what we're trying to reach that.
It really expands their experiences to be able to treat the public when they do become paramedics as well. 2 of our students have already delivered babies in the ambulance, so before they made it to the hospital. So that was a great experience for them. So we've had a really, really great 3 semesters so far with this paramedic.
I think you guys have a great program and much appreciated the graduates. I work out in the middle of nowhere in the Pryor, and I'll tell you, when somebody comes in with chest pain or abnormal something, I mean, I just pray for the ambulance to get there, but, yeah,
And
much appreciated.
I actually picked up some of your patients.
Yep. Yep, it's tough being out there in the middle of nowhere, so.
It's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Not that far.
Hey, when
It
you're
is
by
when you're-
yourself, it's far. 20 minutes is a long time.
Do you have any more questions?
Great job, great
We
job.
thank you
Thank
for an
you.
excellent program.
Thank you. Y'all have a great
Wish
evening.
you all the success in the future. Sounds like you're really on the move.
Thank you.
I was just going to share, and I sent this to President Gonzalez. One of my success coaches from Eagle Pass sent this top student ranked #1 is actually coming to us to major in the paramedic license program. So she's ranked #1 in her high school. So that's just to show.
I am so
how-
excited.
Yeah.
Samantha?
Samantha.
I know because her dad's a border patrol, so the MP, and he's joining the class too.
Yes,
Oh,
so we're
wow.
going to have our first father-daughter
Oh, nice.
classmates.
This is a top student.
Yeah,
This
she
is
was
amazing,
valedictorian,
yeah.
valedictorian from Eagle Pass.
Excellent, good.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Next item on our agenda is your report.
Yes, sir. So just some updates. I know you have the report there. We're missing to slide 6 to put them in the on the demo. Historically, what we've done is have the budget workshop before the board meeting. and we usually start it at 6, so I don't know what the board's preference is. I know starting it at 5 may be a little bit too early, so we could start the budget workshop at 6 and then follow it up with a meeting afterwards, whatever the pleasure of the board is.
So move the board meeting back to 7 and put the budget workshop at 6?
At 6, That sound good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Follow me?
Okay.
Do we need a motion?
Yes, please.
I'll move that we
I
set
need
the
a
date
second.
for the workshop at 6 p.m.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Next on the item is to consider personnel matters to convene in closed session in accordance with the Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551, Part 071, and 551, Part 074.
We will not be meeting with the attorney,
Okay.
just the employment.
So it'd be just the employment matters. So we go into closed session now, right?
Yes, sir.
It is now 6:30.
Yeah, just like old times.
I know.
No mistake.
now 7:20. We will reconvene in open session to conduct any further business.
That's it, sir. We're ready to adjourn.
I move with German.
I'll make a second to that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Get up and leave.